Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new League of Legends video. Now this is going to be a fairly short video because there's one specific topic that I want to talk about with you guys that I've actually been waiting for quite a bit now, in fact a couple of weeks. Riot did say that there are going to be some Yasuo changes coming up. They're supposed to be in the last patch, but apparently they're coming in now instead. And it seems like it's actually going to be overall a Yasuo buff. Now when you look at top Yasuo, it's actually somewhat of a nerf, but it is going to be a buff towards mid lane Yasuo, and past halfway of the game, it's actually going to be a buff all around period, regardless if you're playing in mid lane or top lane. So with all that being said and done, let's take a quick look at what they did exactly. So the first two changes are going to be very similar, where his magic resistance, the base and the magic resistance per level, both have been increased, and you can see the MR per level has actually been increased by quite a bit. This should instantly make you think, well, against champions that deal magic damage, naturally this is going to be better, which also means that mid lane Yasuo in theory also should be stronger. But then to slowly kind of weaken him in top lane and bring him maybe even out of top lane and more towards mid lane, they changed the amount of shielding he gets based on his level. So you can see level 1 for instance, he only gets 60 shield now from his passive rather than 100, but as you rank up it'll actually be more by rank 18 than it currently is. So weaker earlier, stronger late. Which means the breaking point is going to be level 10 and level 11 and above. You'll start getting more shield from the passive than before. Again, this is going to be intended for a top lane nerf, because whenever you're dueling against melee champions, which is usually the matchup top lane, the only time you're really going to be actually proccing the shield and getting the actual shielding itself from the passive is when you go in for the trade and you go in for the duel or whatever, and you're actually going to make use of the shield properly. But in mid lane, there's a good chance that the mages will proc it with an auto attack or a spell from afar, and you're not even going to be using their shield at all against them in a fight unless you get it with your ultimate. So like I said, more of a top lane nerf and more of a mid lane buff. But again, also level 11 plus, you're going to be stronger period regardless of the lane you're playing. But the buffs do not stop just there, because the range on his ultimate as to where he can activate it from has been increased by 200, which is actually quite a bit. This will let Yasuo use his ultimate from such farther distances, so whenever he's maybe getting a gank into his mid lane from the jungler or something, he'll be able to use it from much farther away, and he's in teamfights going to be able to maybe engage and get those really good pickoffs a bit easier. And it really is going to make it that much easier for Yasuo to synergize himself with other knockup champions, or even using his own knockup as well. So don't be too surprised when you suddenly see a Yasuo jumping from the other side of the screen on top of you as you get knocked up. The range is quite larger. Now before we end off the video, I want to show you guys a quick example of just the difference in range on his ultimate. So this first example is going to be on the live server. You can see the range there, it's pretty decent range, and this is one that we're used to at the very moment, but as we jump over to the PBE server, you're going to see the range is quite larger. It's even at the point where I had to put a ward beside the enemy dummy so I can see it, so I can cast his ultimate at the maximum range. So there you go, fire the Q. His ultimate, you can see the range is much larger, so it is going to be quite impactful and helpful for Yasuo without a doubt. So I mean, all in all guys, that's going to be pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to talk about the Yasuo buffs because I know Yasuo is a very hot topic and he's quite a controversial champion. And I personally love playing this guy as well, so I mean, I feel like a lot of people are going to be very happy with this, but at the same time, a lot of people are probably going to be somewhat displeased. So I want you guys to let me know down below in the comments, what do you think of these changes to Yasuo, or I guess in other words, the buffs to Yasuo overall. Again, to slightly reiterate, slightly weaker in the top laning phase, probably slightly stronger in the mid lane laning phase, but he's going to be stronger overall past level 10 no matter which lane you're playing him, so that's definitely something to watch out for. But either way guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, fairly quick one. Let me know what you think about these changes down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, hit it with that like button, make sure to share this with your friends, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.